Do you want some bussy?
No?
I do.
Matchmaking privacy. Invite only. There.
Look, a little waterfront village. Their bread, their potatoes, their apples, and their emeralds. This is a wealthy town. And the brisket sandwiches are really good, but they're like $7.50 for just a sandwich, but it's fucking good. The XL sandwich, however, is $12, but you will see why when you get it.
Our enemy would turn this city into a
Yeah, if you eat the whole thing, it's
Do not let
you're awesome. You're a trooper if you eat the whole thing. But legit, like, this is legit like a whole, oh, it's like a maester's place or something. Oh, I can trade him rotten flesh for emeralds? What? Okay. He's a maester, basically, or Selric, okay.
Oh, Claire?
Gosh. I just went pink.
Yeah.
Ooh, a librarian. They suck. Don't have anything good.
When you upgrade their trades, they get a lot better shit.
Chanting stuff.
It's all, yeah, enchanted books, and then you can add it onto weapon. The big one is mending. You can get a mending book that's like
There's
top tier.
There's one of everything in this village. There's a mason, there's like farmers. There's a cleric.
Some of these enemies on Helldivers don't even see me. Like they can't pathfind to my player. The regular cannon fodder can, but none of the big characters, like the guys who have cannons, they just kind of walk right past me.
Gary. You see.
Dropping a pin.
He didn't get no sleep last night because I took it from him.
Yeah, fucked him. Right there in the village of bed.
That's right, I took
I made his kid watch.
I took his little baby.
Waited till he had
Took
kids just to ruin it.
Yeah, you waited till he had kids to take his V card from him. Yeah, that's what you did.
He didn't have kids through his asshole.
Machine gun or anti-material rifle?
Anti-material rifle.
Yes, indeed.
What kind of question is that?
Either big powerful booms or a lot of very fast booms.
It's like, do you want to snort coke or powdered sugar? Because one tastes really good and is otherwise useless. And then you got powdered sugar. Good old Coke.
Cocaine.
I don't miss it, but I miss it. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I really don't miss it. But if I did, I would do it.
Oh, excuse me. No,
That's how
not
I
me.
know I don't.
I would like to smoke weed, but every time I do, I don't like how it makes me feel. So it's like I love the smell of it. I love the idea of it. I just can't enjoy it.
That's fair.
What injury?
Yeah.
Objective near your position. Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
This one looks a little different.
That Roman bussy feeling different.
Firing orbital strike.
That's what the Spartans always talked about.
Critical stratagem available.
Helldivers,
Out in the battlefield, they're like, we left the wives at home, but the bros are where it's at.
Objective critical stratagem.
Honestly, Romans, Greeks, pretty much all those antiquity civilizations were extremely homosexual. However, the Romans had a rule: it wasn't gay as long as you weren't taking the dick.
Oh, so they had to find gay people.
Yeah, yeah. If you were taking it up the ass, that was considered like disrespectful or like not good for you. but fucking another man was like the most masculine thing you could do.
That was considered like not great for you. That's what made me laugh.
I don't know. The weird justifications. It's gay either way, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. If you enjoy getting your cock sucked by a man, then you're a fag. Like, there's no way around that.
No, Cartman, that makes you gay.
No.
ready to liberate.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
Gotta get Butters to stick your wiener in his mouth. That cancels out the gay polarity.
Okay, polarity. Good lord.
Okay, Larry.
Gay Larry. Leisure Suit Larry, but it's gay.
Wasn't it always?
I don't know. Other than the memes and like one video I saw of someone actually, I think it was Jacksepticeye playing it. I've never seen the game. All I know is that it's about a guy named Larry trying to get played a bunch.
And he's leisuring. And he's suiting.
He doesn't do much shooting.
I just made these chickens fuck, and I killed all the other chickens but the baby it made.
Okay, Anakin.
No, if I was Anakin, I would have killed all of them, and then found a bunch of kids in a like a bush.
Women.
And the chick children, the chick women too.
And then I fucked them.
But
Why
Padme,
would
I thought you wanted a kid murderer. But Padme, I thought you were for abortion. That's like 8 years. 8 to 10 years abortion period. I don't think that's not abortion anymore, that's just murder.
What do you use the smoker for?
It cooks food faster, like meat.
Oh.
Same thing with the blast furnace, except it's for anything like metal. Will cook it faster.
Interesting.
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
It is very much cooking that shit fast.
Cool if it actually made smoked meat and it gave you like a
That's what I was
better
thinking.
health or something.
That's a vintage story thing, man.
Super hurt! For prosperity!
I'm about to bust a fat dab. Pray for
How
my
about a nice
lungs.
cup of liver tea?
You'll be alright.
Oh no, I know.
How'd you like to taste
Just
the
being
freedom?
funny.
So if you ever wanted to come over, Evan, tomorrow or something, I'll do one with you.
I thought you didn't want to, Alan.
Not that I don't want to. I want to enjoy it, but every time I try to, it's not how I remember it.
Well, I'll have some new. Well, honestly, bro, it's because it really is because you are trying to do it recreationally now. You're not used to it. It's got a different effect on you. So I probably just need to give you smaller amounts.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with using it every now and then, but it's just not something I want to have every day again at all.
That's fine. Nobody's trying to.
Like even with drinking beer and alcohol, I don't drink every day right now, but I do want to enjoy a beer every now and then, or a couple beers
Amateur,
a day.
man. Come on now.
Found something!
I used to not be amateur.
We're down a 12-pack every single day. That's why my supervisor got fired, man. He came to work and he was actively drinking at work.
I mean, I know a lot of
That's how
people
you
that
do
do
it.
it.
Because Evan and I want to say the crew, like Evan, Chris, Casey, Matt, Tyler, everybody would always bring, like, everybody would pick their favorite alcohol or liquor and bring it over, and it would all be gone that night.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was fun. I liked drinking and I liked smoking and hanging out with everybody. It was an experience, you know. I don't want to go back to that though.
There's a
I like
multicolored
I
chicken.
like to
My
smoke.
body
I
would
like
kill
to
me
fuck.
if I did.
That chicken is so brave. I can't kill that chicken. He's looking directly at me.
He's facing his death head on like a warrior.
No, I was about to say that's why I couldn't kill him. I was like, I respect you.
Do what
I
you
gotta
must,
like
but
turn
let
my
the children
brain
live.
off. Fucking kill the cows, man. The cows are just sometimes it's too much for me.
No.
Anakin, what have I done? Eats a steak in silence.
Cow stuck up there. She's never coming down. I don't know what made that cow go right there, but it's never coming down from where it's at.
Critical stratagem available.
Have a taste of democracy!
I think the only thing that would have been really cool is if they added the, I keep getting killed by Super Earth Armed Forces. They keep shooting and throwing grenades at me and it's pissing me off. But, they added like the Halo Assault Rifle, the Halo SMG, Halo, the suppressed pistol, and the M90 shotgun, which I love the shotgun. I just haven't got to it yet.
What was the little silver pistol that everybody loved?
That was the Magnum.
Yeah.
Objective critical stratagem
God, those
available.
magnums, man.
The original Halo Magnums were powerful, and then in the new games they had to nerf them down a little bit. And it used to be like, oh, you're killing giant aliens, so of course you need a giant caliber Magnum to be able to shoot them, even if it is just a pistol.
Bro, back in the
Elbow
Dizzy,
more.
I
Clear the area.
remember Josh Young. He had Halo 3 on a flash drive, and we would bring it into the library and download Halo 3 on all the laptops in the library and have a fucking huge LAN party.
That was before
God,
games needed
that-
CD
them-
keys.
Thems were the days, bro.
Let me tell you, bro, that was the shit. It was so fucking fun. I'll never forget that shit. It was fun as hell. Like, kids don't do that shit now.
No, fuck no.
Kids don't go to the fucking public library and hang out and like play video games. It doesn't happen anymore. And it's
Now
so
every
sad.
kid has a phone or some kind of device, and they all
We
just
had
play
phones.
mobile Fortnite. Oh, we didn't have
yeah.
phones
It's
that could play
not
Fortnite.
that's the issue. I think it's just like a socialization thing. They just don't like. Also, it's like the ability to do that, I guess.
Get some!
There's so many fucking pedophiles now, man. I'm glad that's where I live. Kids are like outside. It's not all like everyone's gonna be inside because you don't know who's gonna fucking try and touch your kid.
Clear the area.
I was kind of shocked when I was out here. Like, I went to go pick my sister's kids up at school, and they just let the kids out. They just fucking no fucking adult supervision or nothing. They just
When I was down in Florida, they just like the kids rode their bicycles to school. Like it was like it was in the 80s.
I seen them doing that at the beach last time we went here in September. There was a kid on a bicycle and an adult and his kid rode up on a golf cart, and they just kind of stopped and talked to him. And it looked, if there wasn't a kid in the golf cart with him, it would have looked like a pedophile trying to pick up a kid.
I'm gonna be
But
real
do you
with
wanna
you. I
ride?
feel like kids are allowed to be kids in red states more than they are in blue states.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Blue states, they just let people out of jail because they're different or something. I don't know.
It's
Blue
just kind of
states
wild.
suck, man.
You're discriminated against, even if you are a pedophile. I'm gonna let you out of jail. Go back out there and get some kids before we catch you again.
Well, it's not just them, man. I mean, they're letting straight up murderers go. Like, look at that guy that stabbed old girl in the neck on the train. I mean, that dude has been arrested how many times? And it turns out that the judge that was sentencing him owned the rehab facility that she was sending him to every time.
Make money on sending them there because she got her a recommendation or a what's it called, commission.
She's over there just farming fucking money.
That's the thing. Like, for-profit prison needs to not be a thing. That shit's so fucking ass. And it makes,
I think what is it, 70 or 90, up to maybe 90% of prisons now are private.
yeah, it's like a shocking amount.
Like,
They need to do
they set
something
their
about
own
that.
rules.
Same way
There's
that
nothing
Congress
there's
members
nothing you
shouldn't be
can
able
do.
to have crypto or stock exchange because they know all the insides and outs. They know the deals before they happen.
I'm gonna let you know something on that, bro. The people that know the least amount about stocks are fucking stockbrokers and politicians.
No, that's fine, but like you go to like
Pelosi, sure. Like I get those like that level of politics. Like
Pelosi's, Biden's, the Clintons.
Trump. I mean,
Even
but, like,
Trump,
what
yeah.
do you? But what do you do? Like, do you like when you get somebody that's like Trump that comes into the office very wealthy? What do? Do you make him sell all his stock that he's had for years and years? Like, how does that work?
He didn't use his position to get rich. It's grandfathered in. He was rich before he ran for. He was president, or he was rich before he ran for president. So of course they shouldn't take his money away.
That, like, I'm not making this argument like as in that I believe it, but this is the argument that they're gonna make. Are they not Americans?
What do you mean?
Or is like, for example, like Nancy Pelosi, is she not an American?
She is.
So like she
she's
has the
American.
same rights. She has the same rights and opportunities that any other American does. Like straight trade on stock. Is it bullshit? Yes.
But just because you work at Food Line or Walmart doesn't mean you can steal from Walmart or Food Line just because you work
You're not
there.
stealing? Is it stealing? Okay.
Like,
okay.
manipulating for sure.
Yeah, if you're
Manipulating
working
for
at
sure.
Walmart, but it's different if you're just like stealing shit out of the bag. But if you're like, okay, I know this shit right here is about to go on sale, so I'm gonna like sit 5 of them to the side and wait till they go on sale, so I know I have 5 good ones.
Oh
That's
no, get
kind
this.
of
This is what I'm
it's
seeing it
insider
as.
trading.
The
Insider
Pokemon
trading, for
scalpers. Like the scalpers
Yeah.
in Pokemon.
Which
They work at
insider
Walmart.
trading is
and they know
absolutely
that-
illegal.
They know the next truck is coming in, so they'll wait for the next truck of Pokemon
Depending on how
cards,
they
and they'll
do it,
just
though.
scalp them as much as they can. They'll buy them before they even hit the shelf because they have first access to them. That's what I'm imagining is happening with Congress. They have the first access to any information, anything that's about to blow up. That hey, this is gonna skyrocket. So Pelosi
kinda
goes behind
went
closed
away.
doors and just buys a bunch of that specific stock, like she did with
But
Nvidia,
that's kind of
Google.
went away with everything now, like with how technology is done now, with live feeds, with apps that literally track the stock market live, like they used to have. They like think about Robinhood, and that's why Robinhood was invented to try to like. That's why it's called Robinhood.
It hasn't stopped them though. They just do it, and now it's blatant
But
now.
it's not going to. It's not. gonna
Robinhood did
stop.
try to fuck a bunch of people from buying GameStop stock that one time.
They did fuck a bunch of people.
Yeah.
They didn't try. They did it. But that was just using them as an example.
Right.
They the level, the playing field is level. There's actually an app out there now, Alan, that you can that will trade as Pelosi trades, like as your favorite or your politician or whatever celebrity or whoever's running the stock market, it tracks their trades and mimics them with yours.
Oh, I bet they want to make that illegal too, don't they?
Extraction is available.
I haven't heard any legislation about it, but
Rules for thee, not for me.
Ain't that how it always
Trump
is?
said it was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, because it's like there shouldn't be any secrets. You shouldn't be able to trade secretly just because you have a paywall to get the kind of information that you know. Like some dude can just be like, oh, well I got
Yeah.
rich from it, so I'm not gonna tell you how to do it unless you pay me $50 for this information for me to tell you, hey, buy this. You know, it's like,
Do you think you would have the same would you be like if you were on the other side of it? You think you'd think that way? Would you give it away to people for free? I'm asking.
I'll tell you what, if I made a bunch of money, I wouldn't need to charge people more money to get information that I already found out. Because, like, I found it out the hard way. I know what it's like to find out the hard way.
Right.
So I'm not going to let
Like-
them find out the hard way.
Right, but like if you think, say, like if you have information. Go ahead, Gage.
Yeah, if everyone's eating a piece of the pie's got to be real small.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I was
why
getting
you
ready
get your
to say.
piece first. You don't have to charge them, like, you know,
No, like
community pie.
Well,
it doesn't
but
need to be.
that's kind of just like pulling up the golden ladder is really what that is.
yeah, like what I was getting ready to, I was kind of touching on what Gage was saying. It's like you can get your piece first and make sure everybody gets theirs, but like it's kind of like a class action lawsuit. You might get like it's a $4 billion or $4 trillion lawsuit, but 9 million motherfuckers have to get paid out on it. So you're gonna get like $30. You know what I mean? Like it's exactly like that.
I get it, but like I said, at the same time, make sure yourself is sufficient first. You got to help yourself before you help others, but helping others is not charging $50 to tell them what to buy, or charging however much, $75 to $1,000 just for some simple economic advice. Like the
It's
words.
not necessarily simple.
I don't think
like-
words should cost money. You shouldn't have to charge a specific amount of money to tell someone like, oh, this is a good thing to buy. That's like saying, oh, what car should I get? Oh, if you give me $1,000, I'll tell you which brand is the best. That's stupid,
Isn't
isn't
it though?
It is.
No, it's not
It's a cheap
necessarily.
tactic for people who have no other means of making money, so they'll charge other people to make even more money because they don't have enough. They can never have enough. They'll never say enough is enough. They'll say, okay, how can I make more money off of this information? I'll charge people for my opinion, you know? You might as well go on like Fiverr or Craigslist or something, because that's basically what it is. It's just like a consultant at that point. You're not an economic you're not an economic advisor.
yeah.
You're a consultant with an opinion at that point. There is no proof that what you say is going to happen. It's just an opinion, and you shouldn't charge someone for an opinion because everyone has them.
Little sidebar. I think the fact that there are billionaires is kind of a disgusting thing. While we have, like, simultaneously, while we have people in this country who are fucking starving.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, what are we supposed to do with that? Like,
Yeah.
like a lot of people are
Tax the rich.
Okay, so all right, you tax the rich and do what with the money?
Put it back into economic programs, and the food and the homeless programs, to rehabilitation
That's worked
programs.
out so fast.
It hasn't, because people haven't put the proper funding into it, and nobody trusts it. Because every
Yeah.
time something
Never in
good comes
history.
along, the Democrats and liberals need to shove their dick in it and try to change it to benefit gay pride, black people, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, it just
whatever they
needs
need
to
to do.
benefit people. That's it. Like, there doesn't need to
But,
be
like,
any
how?
standards
What?
or anything else.
But how?
If you have an ID and you fall under a certain income level for the year or whatever, I think you qualify. I don't think it's that hard.
That's food snaps.
It's what?
Snap program.
Okay, then they need to help more people, because all I know is that they deny people. I had to apply 3 times before I even got an option to be seen by a judge. They denied me 3 times.
Right.
Denied, defend,
they're
oppose. That's all
going
they do.
to. They're going to. They're going to deny everybody 3 times.
Because they don't want to give people money who want it. It's like, you wouldn't think about, oh, I need money, if you didn't need money. If you were rich, you wouldn't be going to SNAP
You just gotta
benefits or
start
anything.
thinking like you're these. Put yourself in. Like, I'm not defending them, but if you want to understand it, you got to start putting yourself in these people's shoes. Like, if you were running if you were running a country or a big company or whatever, you would want to do whatever you could to ensure the maximum amount of profit, because whoever's breathing down your neck is, screaming that at you.
And that's fine. I think a company should make enough to be able to upgrade itself, to expand itself, pay all of its employees decent livable wages instead of making them wage slaves. They should be able to do all that. But to a certain point, why does a company need to make billions in profits if they're not going to spend that billions back into making their company better? They're just going to sit on it, wait for advertisement leases, and they're going to put stuff on YouTube to say like, oh, buy this product. It's just
Like, I get the billionaire hate. I really do. But
monopolies, I think, are illegal except for people who are rich enough.
why are
Yeah.
we? Well, if there were no billion, like if everybody had the same amount of wealth, like what do you think that would look like?
That's like a whole different thing. That's like a
No money in heaven, so
If my okay, but heaven's a ways away, Alan. If a doctor, if my neurosurgeon is getting paid the same amount as the dude that like flips my burgers at McDonald's, I don't think I'm going to be very motivated to go get neurosurgery.
right. Yeah.
no, the difference there is that you're insinuating that the doctor could be paid $10 to $15 an hour if he's lucky, but in reality it should be the other way around. The guy flipping burgers should be paid more, not let's just match the lowest paid livable minimum wage. Let's actually give everybody the same wage in this specific area. Like in North Carolina, if the living wage is $600 to $1,000 a paycheck, then they should give that to everybody monthly. It's not that like it's not that there should be like a stimulus check. From where?
I'm not so
We're
sure
already-
about that. I think there should be an estimated amount of like this is how much you need to be able to like live. This is how much you need for food and housing.
The country's already
Like
in
bare
debt.
minimums.
Where are we going
And
to
then
get that money
anyone
from?
who doesn't make that is just fucking qualified for assistance.
The same place
Yeah, like,
Congress
no,
gets their
I don't-
money
I
from
don't-
during a government shutdown.
I don't think you understand. Like, you're not. That's a lot of fucking.
It is, yeah, it is a fucking insane amount of money.
Like per year.
But
Like,
it's not like we
how
don't
much
have it.
I don't know. How many people are we talking? Like, let's run the numbers on it. Like, how? Like,
Yeah, what percentage of Americans are under the poverty line?
Google it.
I'd say a good 30%. Yeah, that's kind of staggering.
I think that's really high, but like I don't doubt that
30.
number.
Here we go. 36.8 million people are underneath the poverty line. That's 11% in 2023. In 2024, it's 12.9%.
Clear landing zones.
All right, let's just call it. Let's call it
Call it 40.
13%.
40 million people.
Roughly.
Okay, let's see.
Pelican 1 approaching pickup.
Give probably less, but 40 to be safe.
We have
Or
to
30,
assume that
how
these,
much you
like
said.
how many of the, like we have to assume like how many of these people are disabled and can't like work jobs versus how many of these people just don't work a job that gives them enough.
Right.
That's the difference between paying someone
But,
like
like-
I don't know $30,000 or $40,000 a year so they can live, and the difference between paying them like a little bit more, like just helping them with food.
See,
Yeah,
the
that's
thing is,
that is $1.6 trillion a year.
and we're sending millions of dollars to other countries
Yeah.
for no reason.
That was the other thing. How much money do we spend on a defense budget that patently really does not matter at this point in time? Like, there's no point in having a military the size that we have anymore when nuclear
There
armament
kinda
is
is.
something. There is for a projection of power in the petrodollar, but in the end scheme of things, like there's a standing military is fucking does not matter anymore.
I would rather have a large ass military budget that capsize or like eclipses some total country's GDPs.
Right. Yeah,
That
like
I would rather have that than anything else. I really would.
you could combine the next 3 countries' highest defense spending, and we'd still be like way over whatever they spend. I think it's like 10 times combined a total of the next top 3. It's fucking insane.
But how do we feed those people? Like, how do we do that? how do we make the infrastructure to feed everybody that needs to be fed? Like I'm asking the logistics of it,
We
because
need to stop buying food and things from China and from other countries. We need to focus on our own infrastructure and grow our farms, grow our working class force instead of putting them down and replacing them with AI robots.
I'm a little bit of a different mindset on that one. That like buying cheap food from other countries is fine, but like undercutting American farmers when they're already relying on subsidies for a lot of their stuff is not a good idea.
So a
And
lot
it's
of
not
the
sustainable.
a lot of the imported food that we import are things that we don't necessarily grow in our country.
Yeah.
We're the largest exporters of like
Potatoes,
potatoes. Well, actually, China. That's China.
like wheat and
Pretty high
grain
on
comes from
soybeans,
like
I think,
areas of
aren't we?
Ukraine.
Yeah, a lot of that. I think we're for cornmeal, I believe.
That
Yeah,
makes
corn
sense.
is our highest. Yeah,
Canada gets a
Well
lot
done,
of corn
comrade.
from us,
This operation will
Brandon
swiftly
loves
ensure
his
this
corn.
planet's salvation.
but
It's a corn, man.
I just
Mission coordinates locked.
that dab hit me really hard just then.
I love America. I just want America to want to be better instead of saying, okay, let's let all these different towns and cities, and I'm not gonna say Fayetteville is one because I really don't know much about Fayetteville specifically, but I know that there's, especially like Portland, Oregon is like a third world country right now.
Oh yeah, we're not nowhere near the level. Like you could walk down Murchison Road and you'll see crackheads, but you can ask one of them how many genders there are, and they'll all look at you like you're stupid. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? 'Cause the obvious answer is 2. Like even our crackheads know that.
Do the
So-
fentanyl.
Even
I love
motherfuckers
it when I
with-
see people doing that fentanyl.
even
Fentanyl goes
motherfuckers
hard.
with fentanyl know. You know what I'm saying? Like
You seen the guy doing the fentanyl and they turn on a pump up the jam and he starts dancing.
yeah, do that shit.
It brings people back to life, dude.
Dude, no Narcan needed. Just play your.
Can we also agree that Trump should have been given the fucking Nobel Peace Prize?
Repel these mucilaginous.
I don't know because I haven't studied
yeah,
specifically
I
on
don't-
what Trump did, so I'm not gonna say yes or no on that because I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see,
I don't know enough to really make it a judgment call on that one either.
He just got Hamas and Israel to stop fighting.
We're also setting Trump up, or at least not setting Trump up, but Trump is setting the world up for the stage of the Antichrist. And I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but at the same time, in the
love
Bible, it did say that there would. No. Trump isn't the Antichrist. The person who
Jesus
steps
Christ.
up, the person who steps up and controls this whole new world committee, that's the Antichrist. It's not Trump.
What are you like? Are you like? What are you gonna do when we get to the end of our life cycle and it just never happens?
Well, how can we know it's ever gonna happen?
But like the hypothetical. he's
fairly
raising a
sure.
hypothetical
I'm
here.
fairly sure. Like
Yeah, I think
there have been so many predictions and so many religious fanatics. Not that you're a religious fanatic. There's
just
been so
recently
many
that one
people-
rapture thing.
Yeah, like when was
like-
it supposed to be, and it just didn't fucking happen. Like
That's
so many
because there's
people.
a lot of false prophets who like to get attention from people,
Yes,
and they like to
and
fearmonger and get
whoever
people
is
to click.
telling you that the world is ending is one of them.
Yeah, no one's saying the world is ending, but what I am saying is that the times are getting much closer to what it says it'll be.
I don't
Information
believe that.
information can travel at an instant across the world. It was never imagined how everyone in the world could see the same thing at the same exact time, but
Of
now we got
course it
live
was.
streaming. It wasn't
I'm like
imagined.
half and half on this
Not by
whole like
man.
closer to end times thing because like on one hand, I've studied history for a lot of my life.
Same.
And shit has always been bad. There's never not
Yeah.
a bad time somewhere in the world. I think it's just the metric at which you absorb it. And we're in an age of overwhelming information. So it's just like
This is the
constant bad
information age,
news
sure.
all the time.
The further we go in history, the further we go into technological advances, it gets closer and closer to the time of the Antichrist. It's getting to the point now in England where they're starting to say no one can have a job unless they have this biometric chip in their hand, and this is happening. It's happening this year. They're saying nobody can have a job unless they have this chip in their hand, and this chip will be linked to your social ID, everything about your like social security number, whatever they call it in England. And eventually,
don't you think it's hilarious?
Of
Sorry,
course
I thought you were doing.
of course it's going to be into your paycheck as well. Your paycheck, your bank records, everything is going to be linked to a chip in your hand if you're in the UK. You can't. Yeah, they have a social credit. That's the same thing.
Yeah, they have social credit scores in China. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. That's a communist country, though.
Really fucking funny, like, or just. You know me and my stance on our religion, and I say our religion because I am a Christian. I'm a critic of it. So, and I always will be because.
That's fine. The word Israel means wrestle with God, so you're allowed to have questions. And you're allowed to.
I want to know why my creator is so conceited that he's going to create something and then get pissed when it doesn't do exactly what he wanted it to do, but endowed it with free will to do what it wanted to do. Like, how are you?
For so long, I've been like trying to put that shit into words, and I'm glad you could do it for me, man.
Like, how are you gonna create
beautiful.
me and then create me with an idea of exactly how you want me to live my life, and then get so pissed and condemn me eternally when I don't do it?
Okay, it's like this. This is the best way I can explain it. If you had a son and you wanted the best for your son, you wanted him. I'm not gonna say this is the best, but let's just say.
I'm not gonna make him burn in hell for it, Alan. I know where you're going with that.
No. This is a completely humanized version of that. If you wanted him to go to college, and you wanted him to have a degree, you wanted him to be able to make his own business or whatever, and instead he decides to do fentanyl and ended up on the streets. You're not gonna hate him, but you'll be disappointed that he didn't do what you wanted him to. You're not gonna.
Disappointed, yes.
You're not gonna hate him.
Am I going to forsake him, say that I've never known him, that he's never known me, that he doesn't deserve to be in my kingdom, that he doesn't deserve a good afterlife? No, I'm not going to do that.
It's that whole like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It just doesn't make sense logically.
Throwing the baby out with the bathwater. What's that?
Explain that one, Gage.
It's like, okay, if like a burrito is like, if it has like a bad fucking section on the burrito, you just cut that section of the burrito off and enjoy the rest of your fucking burrito. You don't throw the whole burrito out. That's a lot of fucking money on that burrito.
And see, that's actually kind of what God does, is that he will take you with your faults and accept you for who you are, but he will remove your faults.
Yeah. In theory, that's what the rapture is, right? Is that not just taking people who did like the right thing?
The people who believed and had faith in Jesus Christ, and then everyone else
the people
who
that did
mocked
exactly
him.
what they wanted him to do, yes.
Right. Which, like, if you're taking the Bible verbatim, what it says, fucking nobody does.
I was about to say, which is okay, yeah. Especially if you're talking about Old Testament stuff, absolutely.
Yeah. That's the other thing.
Okay,
like
so,
Old
like, if you
Testament
didn't,
versus
like,
New Testament.
The Old Testament was done away with when Jesus died on the cross.
When Jesus died on the cross, we don't.
Old Testament went away.
I don't say it or present it with such.
Old Testament, you had to do things to be saved. You had to sacrifice animals, not do this, not do that. Do this on a certain day, but don't do it that day.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like, you couldn't wear certain fabrics together.
Yeah, you can't mix fabrics. That's like the one. I'm trying to nail that shit down. Like, where's the line?
There's always going to be a question we need to ask God when we get to heaven, because we're not going to know all the answers here.
Well, yeah, but like, how can we be expected to follow the rules to the T if he hasn't given us all the information? Yeah, we don't know all the rules.
Thank you.
Because you got to follow with. It says somewhere that the people who follow blind faith without seeing God himself, like the people who didn't see Jesus resurrect, like us.
No, we're blind. We're blindly following around, and so when the blind guy falls down because he couldn't see the path that he was in, we burn him for it.
That's where trust comes in. You have to trust God.
Yeah.
He literally describes us as sheep, and he's the shepherd. He comes after lost sheep, saves them, brings them back to the flock.
Does the shepherd burn the sheep for getting lost?
No, he wants every sheep to come. If one gets lost, then he can't find it because it never wants to be found, I guess. It's like a relationship has to work both ways. You have to try to seek God to be able to find God. If you never try to seek God in anything, whether it be symbolic, emotional, spiritual, or even like the physical means, you're never going to find God because you don't wish to see God in anything, but God is everything.
Agreed, but there's just a few things that the large populace of our faith believes in that we have to do that I don't.
Well,
I don't
like
believe
what?
that we don't have to go to a church to have a good relationship with God.
No, you don't.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
No, I
But-
never said
Like
you do.
I went to a Quaker college, and a lot of the big thing
Lord.
with Quakers is that like anybody can talk to God, anybody.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
directly.
I
and
heard
I
my
believe in
dad
that.
talk
Like,
about
you don't
people
ha-
speaking in tongues, and I just don't believe the whole speaking in tongues thing, because I feel like everyone just tries to fake that, especially pastors and preachers.
Yeah.
Only ever seen it where I believed it once.
What, speaking in tongues?
Yep. Only ever seen it happen once where I believed it was legit.
Extraction request confirmed.
That person was actually like levitating a little bit. It was weird.
My dad described it as when people speak in tongues, when they are truly speaking in tongues, they speak gibberish, but you can discern what they're saying through the Holy Spirit and hear every word of what they're saying. That's what he said. That's not my belief. That's just what he said.
I was about to say that's it, and that's what I'm saying. Like, do you see how malleable the belief system is in our religion?
Yeah,
There's
there's-
not
If there
enough.
was like,
there's-
I'd have a better time with it if there was one clear defined religion with no real sects coming off of it. But like, there's a whole fucking slew of different things, like whether you baptize someone when they're born, or whether you circumcise someone, or like whether you do this, that, or the other thing.
Hey, we don't be
like,
doing
there's
that
no one
Jewish shit.
clear.
That's where
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Orthodox people have their beliefs, and I feel like the Orthodox is probably the better belief because they're closer to the doctrine that was preached by Apostle Paul when he went to Macedonia. That's
Just
what
send you the
that's
video.
what we're
Yeah,
supposed to
here's the thing.
believe.
Here's the thing,
Oh.
yeah. Is that really what was said? Like, who knows who edited that shit from like speaker to paper?
Yeah, and you're right, but they died for these opinions. That's not like they were just like, oh yeah, I wrote this story down because I thought it
They
sounded
died
cool.
for their opinions.
Yeah.
How many times
Yeah.
has it been rendered down and changed since they died for? Since anybody died?
Yeah,
for
the amount
it?
of people who were like legible, like could actually read and write, especially back then, was a very limited class of people, and very often they were of higher class.
We'll get
And
that
see,
right.
that's the whole point that I've been trying to push this whole time, is that the true message of God has been lost through hypocrisy, has been lost through people trying to control the masses through religion when that was a thing in our world. Like,
But
the-
saying
you
that
know,
it has been corrupted means there's a version of it that is not corrupted. There is
Absolutely.
a small
Yeah.
sliver of hope in all that. That's
No,
not
yeah,
corrupt.
absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
that's where I'm going with that actually, is that the true message of Jesus, the true message of the Lord, it has been corrupted and has been lost to us. We don't know it. So that's why I don't follow, I want to say I don't follow the Bible, but largely I don't, because I don't believe that 90% of what's in there is true.
Well, this is what the
It's not what-
Quran
it's not
says,
what I
and,
hear.
and I don't believe in Muslims, but the Muslims believe a lot of the Old Testament. That's the only good
Oh,
thing
yeah.
about Muslims. How did I die on impact? I got.
And
I
that
got-
Muslims believe by
Yeah.
dying on impact. Crazy 9/11 joke.
Quran 10:1, how to die on impact. But no,
No,
I heard. I wanted to send you this video yesterday on. I can't find it now. It was the guy that I really like, the preacher that I really like. It's always in the street. He's kind of got really curly, greasy, brownish black hair. He's always really well spoken, and sometimes his son is with him doing it.
How about
But
Cliff?
anyway, I think that's his name.
Yeah, Cliff Neck. I'll watch him.
Yeah, he's really good. He was talking to a Muslim guy, and the Muslim guy was actually like, a lot of people don't understand is these radical Muslims, a lot, they don't really stand for a lot of us, especially the ones that live here, He was like, we do believe in Jesus. We just, obviously we don't believe that he's the Messiah, but we worship and love him as one of the most holy prophets or something like that. He basically was saying that they treat him as one of the most ordained prophets out there. I know that's not correct, but that's got to count
Yeah.
for something.
And-
They don't persecute Jesus as like a lot of people would like to believe. I didn't know that they even believed in Jesus until I started talking with some Muslims. I thought they just they didn't even they basically pissed on him. You know
They
what I
look
mean?
at him as a prophet.
They look at him as like the prophet, basically, like the best one out of all of them. Think of it as like what was Lucifer called before he was like when he had the wings that sang when he flew and shit when he was the actually archangel or whatever.
He was an archangel. He was the leader of worship, I think. The leader of the choirs.
He was above the archangel or whatever.
It said that his body was made up of like organ tubes and instruments. That he was, and it said that he was beautiful. He was like the most beautiful being in the world, or in creation, because no one could see God, because no one could see God, even in heaven. Like, I don't think you can be able to see God's face, but Jesus is God incarnate. But we can see Jesus's face and see God, but we can't see the Father's face, because the Father is like gone. Not gone, but the Father is...
But they're the same people.
The Father is God, Jesus is God, the Holy Spirit is God, but the Father is not Jesus, Jesus is not the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit is not the Father. They're three different beings, but they're all God, the same way that in a medieval kingdom you would have multiple lords over a land, like in France or Belgium or something. There would be multiple lords and princes underneath the lords.
But they're different entities. That would imply that they're different entities, because multiple lords implies that, you know, multiple people.
In the Bible it says that, I think somewhere,
I know what it says.
The Father cannot see what the Son does, and the Son cannot see what the Father does, because they're both different
people.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I got you. That's always been the question that I've wanted really spelled out for me, is because, like, okay, are you saying they are endowed in the same spirit, or are you saying they're physically the same being? When now I have clarity, at least, for what people believe.
The Father wanted to manifest a piece of himself to be with the humans, so he made his own perfect Son. I don't know if it
makes sense.
I can't say genetically, because who knows, but
I
he
wonder
made
why
Jesus
he
somehow.
chose him. I mean, her.
And however long Jesus was before, it said that the Word was with God, the Word was God, and the Word was made flesh. The Word is Jesus, so that means even in the beginning and before the beginning, Jesus was with God, and then God gave him flesh to make him a physical form and let him walk among the humans and be like Jesus is the literal Pope, not the Pope, but he's the Pope of mankind. He is the gateway to God, the same way the Pope tries to pretend to be a gateway to God, that he knows what God's saying, or he knows, because he's ordained to be the speaker of God. But the Pope, that's just a stolen title. It's like the real version of the Pope is Jesus Christ, and no one on earth can ever be what Jesus Christ is, and that is a speaker messenger for God, a key, a gateway to God. No one can do that. That's why they started having popes, because they wanted someone who was smarter than them to tell them what to do. So they started making popes.
So you're saying, like, having another Jesus is a true pope, right? That's what you're trying to get at, and everything else is like a falsehood.
He is a ordained pope from God. He is
right, and
kind of like how the Egyptians looked at Pharaoh as their god, and he was called Pharaoh, and he was their leader. And it's the same way Jesus is. If Jesus is ordained by God to be our leader.
So whatever Trump. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, can the other popes not also be ordained by God? I don't think that's entirely outside of the realm of possibility.
Well, none of them were made in heaven, and it also says that if anyone comes speaking these blasphemies, that they are ordained by God, know that they are lying. It says that every single one of us are sinners. None of us here, born on the earth of earthly means, are worthy of being with God. We're only with God if we accept his sacrifice for us. It's like, oh, I'm good enough to get to heaven. I don't need Jesus. That person's probably not getting into heaven because he denies that he needs Jesus. It's the same way, like, if you were to get a speeding ticket and someone paid your ticket for you. Like, you're not, if you don't have the money, because your money's not good for the judge or good for the state, you can't pay your ticket because your money's worthless because you got EU dollars or Canadian dollars. You know, or something like that. You don't have the right currency, but Jesus's blood is the currency, and he paid that for everybody.
Right. I guess another aspect on that is, like, if that's the case, circling back to like the whole division of religion thing and the sex of it, if God wanted us all to like worship him and all that, why wouldn't he just boil it down to one religion?
Because he wants people to have freedom of choice, and also the other religions were made by man. They were not ordained or
Then
orchestrated
are
by
people
God.
who are led astray, are people who are led astray by these other people, are they damned because they made a mistake or because they didn't know better?
Well,
Yes.
there's plenty of people in heaven who's never heard of Jesus Christ. There was Abraham, Jacob,
Right.
and Isaac. They never heard of Jesus, but they followed the will of God to what they believed it to be. They thought they heard God speaking to them. They did X, Y, Z because God told them X, Y, Z. They looked for the true meaning. They didn't go to a pagan chapel. And even if they did, like Moses, he lived in the Egyptian times. He was there with pagans, is what I guess they would be called, or heathens or something. He was there with them, and he was one of the higher ranks of the Egyptian oligarchy. I don't know what they would be, but
Like
he
a
was,
small group of leaders.
yeah, he was the second.
Yeah,
he was the second to the pharaoh. So he was like the pharaoh's favorite brother, you know, because Moses was an adopted brother of the pharaoh, and then his dad, or their dad, Moses' dad died, and then the blood brother became pharaoh, and he decided to give Moses I can't remember what the rank was, but he ordained him to be like a second pharaoh. And after he started getting close to his people, he started sorry, I'm trying not to die right now.
There
He
you go.
started getting more in tune with his people, as he always has been, but he started, like, he didn't want to be around the royalty. He wanted to be with his people, watch them get tortured and all this stuff, and he asked Pharaoh multiple times, let my people go, and claimed them as his
Bomb
people.
factory exploded this morning.
What?
I'm sorry to interrupt,
Factory?
but a bomb factory apparently in Tennessee has erupted and exploded, killing 19 employees.
Okay. I don't know
Also-
why Tennessee needs a bomb factory, but okay.
I was just ready to say basically the same thing.
It might as well be like a nuke factory in Mississippi.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
You know what we need? We need an atomic weapons warhead in Florida. Let Florida people have control of a weapon and how safe it needs to be. But no, Moses was, he followed God. He followed what God told him to do, and he never actually met Jesus. So he didn't meet God in the flesh, which is what Jesus is. And there's even a theory down to the only time the finger of God was ever mentioned in the Bible was twice. It was once when the finger of God appeared, or the hand of God, whatever it was, I think it was the right hand of God appeared and wrote the 10 Commandments to Moses on Mount Sinai. The other time the hand of God appears is when Jesus stoops down and is writing something in the sand with the woman who's about to be stoned for adultery. Or I think it's either adultery or prostitution, something like that. And the theory is that the same finger that wrote the 10 Commandments is the same finger that was writing in the sand, and the people who were nearby saw the handwriting and saw how much it matched the 10 Commandments, and it could have been they recognized the writing of God. It could have been that he was writing down people's names and the sins they committed. It could have been he was rewriting her history literally in the sand, or writing her sins down and erasing them. Who knows what was written, but there's only 2 times in the Bible that the hand or the finger of God has ever been mentioned. That was those 2 times, so it points to Jesus being God. And even the Quran says that the word of God cannot be corrupted, but at the same time the Quran says the New Testament that the Christians believe in is corrupted. So it's either the word of God cannot be corrupted, or the word of God is corrupted and they're wrong. So on one hand, they believe God is almighty. They don't believe Jesus is God. They do believe that the word of God can be corrupted, but they can't acknowledge that the Old Testament and the New Testament are revelations of God. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say it's corrupt and say God's word is not corrupt, because it's a double negative. It doesn't make any sense.
Firing orbital strike.
It's like, because the Quran exists, and with the what's the word? With the contradictions that it puts itself in, and I know there's people say there's a lot of contradictions in the Bible too, but they all lead to something. They all have a very felt meaning. But the Quran says the word of God cannot be corrupted, verifies that the Old Testament and the Holy Bible is a revelation of God, and then they go on to say that it's corrupted. How can they confirm that it's...
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Insofar, like, saying that God's words can't be corrupted is only as good as, like, the person who's writing that text down.
That's what I'm saying.
This is why I say, if you read a lot of the Bibles, and this is the biggest difference I've found.
That Muslim
like,
Muslim religion is just a corrupted subsidiary of Christianity anyway.
It's not. They don't believe
But it
in
is.
Jesus Christ. They believe in Jesus Christ's teachings. They just don't believe that he is God. That's where they're. That's why they're rejecting his divinity.
I'm saying the Muslim religion is younger than Christianity.
Only
And it's
because
from-
it was legal and Christianity was still illegalized, and you couldn't be Christian in the
No,
Roman days.
I'm sitting here and I'm saying that like Christianity's been around like a few hundred years longer.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Islam was older.
No, Islam's not older. Islam is a stupid. It's not stupid, but it's a crazy spur off from radical Christians that didn't even think Jesus was like it was weird. It was really weird how it came about, but.
Oh yeah, it was very weird. They tried to say that Gabriel inflicted fear and pain into Muhammad until he could learn how to read and write. That's not what Gabriel did. Gabriel's not a messenger of fear. He's a messenger of love. Like, he didn't show up to Mary and Joseph and be like, "Listen here, woman." You know, he didn't try to scare her. He told her, "Don't be afraid. I bring good news from God, that God has found favor with you, and God wishes you to bear a son, and you will name him Jesus." And when he showed up to Muhammad, he just so happened to change the way he wants to talk to people, and he's like, "Listen here, peasant, you will do as I say." You know, I don't think that's the same being. He claims to be Gabriel, but it's not Gabriel. It's some kind of demon manifest. And it could have been Satan himself, who knows, but it definitely wasn't Gabriel.
But like, I understand that like that's our depiction as Christians of Gabriel, and we know that, but like, we don't know anything really. We just know what we were taught.
If anyone was going to inflict fear for God, it would be Archangel Michael, not Gabriel. Michael is the one everyone fears. Michael is like the chained dog on a leash waiting to be released so he can go kill everybody.
Yeah, circling back to what you were talking about, Evan, I mean, it could literally all be bullshit and we wouldn't know. There's no way to tell.
I know that. Like, I'm just, and I don't necessarily believe that it's bullshit. I don't.
No,
actually.
no.
From that standpoint, it's healthier to believe in something, even if it is a fake lie. If it makes your life healthier, there's no reason not to believe it.
Right, yeah, like...
If I'm wrong as a Christian, then oh well, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
You're wrong as an atheist, you know.
Yeah, oh
Or
shit.
even
But I disagree. That's the problem that I have with God right there. Like, again, how are you going to create an entire being of people and then get so angry and bent out of shape so much so that you punish them internally with not only like not being welcome to your after party, but you condemn them eternally and make them suffer physically and mentally for eternal.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's
Exactly.
another
That's my
explanation
issue.
for that God has to be just. If God does not punish the evil in creation, no, listen. If God does not punish the evil in creation, then he is an unjust God. If he allows Adolf Hitler to be in heaven, he is an unjust God.
How do you know that?
Yeah, okay, but let's say he does. Let's say he does, and we all get to go to heaven.
What do you mean? I don't either
if
one
everyone,
of you.
if everyone gets to go to heaven, is that not the most just thing he could do? Everyone's treated the same.
And it could be. Who knows? Because the Jews don't believe in hell. There are like 1 or 2 times in the Torah where they say that there will be a place. It is a place of weeping and gnashing of teeth, and it is. I can't remember exactly. It said like untreachable or something. I can't remember what the word was, but it was talking about how there is a place of darkness and despair in the afterlife. Even the Old Testament and the Torah, they say that. But in Christianity, it's defined more as hell. And there's not, I don't believe there's visuals there. I don't believe you're literally going to see fire. I don't know. But it says it's a separation from God. So separation from God
imagine like you're going through the transition, right? You're like 25 and Jesus comes about. You've followed God all your life. And you don't even know Jesus yet or whatever. Like you don't even know he exists. You get knocked in the head and you get there and you're burning in hell and you're like, why?
I don't think that'll be a thing, because I feel like God can read your heart. He doesn't only hear what you say out loud or what you go to a church and do. He can read your heart. So it's like I've heard one person explain, if you pray the same prayer and it's like a check note list, you're just trying to get all the checks, you're trying to pray for your family, your friends, your dog, your life, your future, and everything, and you don't mean it, then God doesn't like that prayer. But if you're speaking from the heart, you're speaking from conviction, God will listen to you and he will care. The same way that if you are troubled, if you've never heard of Jesus Christ and you have the thirst and hunger for righteousness, as it says in his Sermon on the Mount, you will be rewarded. If you're a genuine good person and you want righteousness, but you can't be righteous because we're all sinners, God will make us righteous in his name. And I believe, again, back to the thing with Abraham, Joseph, and Isaac, they never heard of Jesus Christ, but they're in heaven, you know? And I think it was Moses and Elisha are supposedly the 2 witnesses that will come back, because they never died. They were just taken up into heaven. They just went the same way Jesus did. God took them.
Right, like, I'm not like a big religious person, but like, correct me if I'm wrong, there are exceptions to the not actively worshiping, and that's people who were never given a chance to convert, and those not given a chance to ever worship. Like, people who were never introduced to Christianity shouldn't be punished with eternal
what's up with the
damnation.
click tribes out there?
Yeah, like they shouldn't be punished
Centennial
for
Island.
not even having like even known that this was a thing,
Back to
because
that.
it failed to reach them, and the
uncontacted
unborn
tribes.
children too as well.
Back
Like
to that, they'll
children
be
that
punished
die.
on their acts and their sins, what they've actually done, not what they did and was forgiven. They'll be punished on like, oh, you killed a guy and you didn't need to, you know,
But
it wasn't
Jesus died for
self-defense.
everybody.
Well,
He
yeah,
died
why
for
wouldn't that
everyone.
the basis that everybody gets judged on, not
Yeah.
like
You have to accept God's
how you
forgiveness.
lived your life?
So he didn't die for everybody's sins, just for the ones that accept him.
Oh, the offer is there. You just gotta take it. I'm not saying
Well,
you,
like-
but like anyone has to
Yeah,
take it.
yeah.
How do you know it's a valid offer though?
I mean, that part you just gotta have trust.
That is,
Yeah.
it's the
And
faith
it's
part
like-
of
It's
Yeah.
just it's
You're
hard to
rolling the dice.
grapple with your entire existence after your time here is
What's-
down to a dice roll potentially.
Yeah, but like, what's the alternate to that? What are you gonna believe in if there's like there's a blackness and we're just like we're not anywhere, or maybe there's like another step? But like I guess with Christianity, it does give you like a good idea of like, okay, if I believe in this, this is where I'll go. I'll have an afterlife. There's just so much uncertainty with no religion for me. I think that's why.
It's a very hard thing to grapple the concept that after you die, it's just nothing. There's
Christianity.
nothing to die.
Christianity is the only religion that gives people peace and hope, and it's the only one that doesn't tell people you are damned
I wouldn't
when you
say
die.
it's the only one. I think there's a lot to give.
Well, like what?
Well, Alan, there's a lot of people out there that weren't raised Christian. There's plenty of people out there that are gonna say the things that you're saying about their religion and laugh and condemn yours, just
There's
ours,
also
just like they
plenty of
are.
people who
Yeah,
were
it's like
born
what makes
Christian
the
and they
pantheon of
rejected it
Greek
later in
gods
life.
any more or
Yeah.
less real than like a single monotheistic god?
Because everything points to a creator. Nothing happens from life, or nothing happens from life without death. Something has to happen to create life. Like a flower has to die to drop seeds. A tree has to grow old to be able to drop acorns, and then it dies. Anything living biological dies. It gives life from that, whether it be moss, mold, a bug, a colony of bugs eating off of a dead body, who knows.
Gentlemen, I gotta go to bed. I just fell asleep and hit my head on the fucking desk.
Put a pin in this right now. We'll pick this up tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't mind talking about this stuff.
This is a very interesting. Yeah,
I love talking about this kind of thing.
This kind of topic is all I study, and the reason I am so found in my faith is because I was going through I don't want to call it a midlife crisis, I want to call it an early life crisis, where I was wondering, like, what are we when we, we're just a rock floating through space. We are nothing. This is all an accident. And then I turned to God to answer those questions, and all those questions were answered. And it came to me that thought, that doubt, literally just the devil trying to scare the crap out of us, to where there is no hope, because the only thing space brings is no hope. The only thing that being on a rock floating through space, and we're all a primordial accident, and we're all just a bunch of glorified slime and goop, that gives no hope. And all the other religions say that, oh, if you're a bad person, you get reincarnated as a cockroach, or you go to hell, or you do this or you do that. Like Buddhism, Taoism, Islam, even the Jewish Bible, or the Torah, they also believe in some form of hell that all non-believers go to. And it's not that all non-believers go to hell in Christianity, that God will read your heart. If you are a truly good person, I believe you get into heaven. I don't believe you get like rewarded that much, but there's no reason God would send someone to hell who doesn't deserve to go to hell. He has to be just, he has to be righteous, and if he shows mercy through Jesus Christ, he can show mercy through allowing someone who's never had the opportunity of hearing Jesus Christ to experience heaven and to make it right in the afterlife. Who knows how that is, but if God is just, and if God is true and merciful, he will do these things, because he is almighty. He has the final say. What he says goes. It doesn't matter if we like it or not.
I understand. That's it.
Again,
the whole point.
Again, Israel means wrestling with God. The same thing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. My whole point has been, like, the whole point is I just want to ask him why. I am gonna go to bed because I'm tired.
All right, brother.
Yeah, same here. I got work
Y'all
tomorrow.
I don't think I do, but I'm gonna sleep.
I need to go take some Benadryl.
Good night, y'all.
I just shot a civilian in Helldivers. I'm sorry.
Oh god.
I shot her right as she came out of the bunker.
Later,
y'all.
You shot her right as. Oh no, Alan.
I opened the bunker door to extract them, and as soon as she ran out, I shot her in the face with an SMG.
Oh god.
I'm sorry. Like a really important scientist to Super Earth, and I killed her.
Alright, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Later, y'all.
Later.